Hey there, YouTubers. I'm Nadroid, and I think I'm critically correct. Now, today I'm going to be talking about one of the biggest god-awful Disney sequels in existence. But first, a little trip down memory lane, shall we? Everyone has their favorite Disney classic. Personally, two of my favorites are Who Framed Roger Rabbit and Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. I'm such a nerd. I had to go out and buy the new special edition DVD. um, Not much has changed, just, clear picture and digital copy. So, Nightmare on the Go, always good. But anyways, get that. Disney sequels, yeah. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Disney sequels have, let's face it, they don't have the best reputation of being, well, good. Sadly, this movie's no different. However, it is a prequel to a timeless classic and another one of my favorites, The Little Mermaid. Such a gem. This movie actually saved the Disney company from going bankrupt back in late 80s. This and The Lion King, Aladdin, and Beauty and the Beast. So you'd think all the talented artists and writers at the Walt Disney Company should at least be able to come out with one decent sequel for this gem, right? Sadly, all we got was this. A prequel known as The Little Mermaid, Ariel's Beginning. What is wrong with this movie, you ask? Where do I begin? Okay, first off, let's talk about the plot. Yeah, there's pretty much no plot to speak of here. You know those little things that when you play bingo, you put little balls with the numbers and letters in them, and you crank it out and you get a random one? I think that's pretty much how they came up with, the plot structure for this story. It just seems like whatever was on their mind, they just threw into the movie. Like, let's have Ariel and Sebastian and Flounder dance to this random song that nobody remembers, and let's have this happen. And I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me just explain. Okay, movie starts out good enough. We get to see young Ariel, her little sisters, and young King Triton, and her mother, who looks an awful lot like her, red hair and everything. So, anyways, she ends up getting killed by a human sailboat because she was trying to save this music box that her husband Triton got her for birthday gift, I think. Yeah, or anniversary. I don't know. It's been a while since I've seen the movie, and trust me, I do not want to see it ever again. But anyways, she gets killed, so he just decides to ban music from Atlantica. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, Ariel grows up, discovers music by following Flounder into this little like nightclub under the sea, where Sebastian's an entertainer there. He sings and shakes his little maracas to that song, "Shake, Shake, Shake, Sonora." Remember that song? Yeah, I sure don't. But anyways, yeah. So she discovers Sebastian's a musical genius and wants to join the band or whatever. I forget. Anyways, moving right along. Um, oh yeah, there's this new villain named like Marina del Mar del Rey, something like that. It's weird. I don't know. I was so sure throughout the whole movie that she was eventually going to become Ursula because she sort of looks like Ursula. Um, and she even has pet eels just like Ursula. She even sounds a little like Ursula. So I was thinking, okay, maybe it's going to show us the origins of Ursula, how she became that big fat squid octopus thing, and why she was banished from the kingdom. So, just vaguely says in the first movie that she was just banished for her scheming against King Triton, but it never, gives the exact reason why. So I was interested. I'm like, okay, let's see her become Ursula. Yeah, that never happens either. It would have made so much sense for this villain to be Ursula. It fits, she's got the petioles, is scheming, conniving, looks like her, talks like her. Oddly enough, she's not even after Ariel in this movie. She's actually got a big grudge against Sebastian because apparently she's jealous of him, that he's the king's right hand man and wants that job. I don't know. I guess she likes being told what to do and slapped around and being called an incompetent crustacean or whatever the heck he's called Sebastian. I don't know what these writers were thinking. But, anyways, yeah, so she's like plotting against Sebastian, trying to get him in trouble. Oh yeah, she eventually like exposes Sebastian that he's been playing music in the kingdom, and it's forbidden, so that's a big crime. So Triton just basically fires Sebastian. She gets the job, and but then she schemes to steal the trident away from him and take over Atlantica. Now, who does that sound like? Certainly not Ursula. Pfft, no, she wasn't scheming to get the trident and take over Atlantica. She didn't have two pet eels following her around. No, movie. I give you credit for making sense. It would have made absolutely no sense for Marina to be Ursula. Not at all. Anyways, yeah. So, oh, actually, there is one character I did. He was okay, sort of liked. It was this green, like manatee, I guess he was. Marina's little sidekick. He was kind of funny because he just said little one-liners like, huh, "That's nice," or huh, "That's French," because she said like "ooh la la" or something. Stupid joke, I know, but anyways, he was okay. All these other new characters, like Sebastian's band, there's like a manta ray and a crab and a turtle. They're easily forgettable. There's a few songs in this movie, but they're all so forgettable. Certainly not Academy Award winners like Under the Sea. Anyways, it goes on till Ariel finds out, and they're on their way. They got to go back and save Atlantica from being destroyed or whatever. And the final battle was just completely unsatisfying. Marina doesn't even die or anything. She literally just gets knocked out of the frame. It's so retarded. Like, they couldn't even come up with a creative way for her to be defeated. Okay, all it was Sebastian was like crossing the sand or whatever, and Marina's like, haha, I got you, Sebastian. And then Ariel's like, oh no, Sebastian, I'll save you. So she swims and they just boom, like hit each other. And then Marina like lands into this barrel and just like rolls off the camera. Cheap. She's not even seen for till like right before the credits begin. God, that's just so you can tell how much creativity went into this movie. Anyways, movie ends happily ever after, yada yada. Music's back, has to be, for the good movie. With all the award-winning songs. So basically, my biggest problem with this movie is the plot's just it's so there's no definite plot really. I mean, it's just sort of scattered everywhere. Weird things happen, like random music numbers. Like there's this one scene where they're just walking home to Atlantica, Ariel and her friends, and then all of a sudden they just break out into song, into that shake, 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 Sonora song again. It really didn't make sense. Like, whoa, okay, didn't see that coming, kind of thing. Overall, if I was to rank this movie a 1 out of 10, I'd give it the lowest possible score imaginable. This movie is a god awful piece of crap that should have never been made. And for those of you who somehow find it entertaining and like it, sorry, but that's just my opinion. I have a right to express it. It was just terrible. On the bright side, they did get pretty much all the original cast to come back and do, reprise their roles, except for King Triton's. Instead of Ken Mars, they got Jim Cummings, the guy who does the voice of Winnie the Pooh and Tigger and Pete. It's weird, like, doesn't even sound like him. Like one scene he's supposed to be yelling at Ariel, it sounds like Pete yelling at her. Like if you were to watch it blindfolded or your back turned, it sounds just like Pete. There'll be no music allowed in my kingdom. I am Triton. Don't mess with me, you mugs. Sound just like Pete. I don't know. Other than that, pretty much everyone returned except for Flounder, of course, because his voice actor got too old. Alright, well, that was my review of Little Mermaid Ariel's Beginning. I am Nadroid. Over and out.